Hello there. Um, Welcome to the video. As you can probably guess by the title of the video, I will be trying to answer a pretty tough question, one that has puzzled people for a long time. Um, and that question is, what is the supernatural? Okay? Now, that may seem kind of hard to answer, because when we think of the supernatural, we think of things that can't be explained, which is exactly right. That's what it is. Okay? So, we should probably define it. So let's break this word apart. So super is a prefix. It means over, above, or in addition to, right? So like superficial, it means above the skin, right? So it means the upper layer. So what does natural mean? Natural is anything that is created caused by natural forces, nature, or as opposed to not created by mankind, right? Okay. So now that we've broken it apart, let's come up with a full definition. And so supernatural, put the two words together. And the supernatural we a lot of times think of as a big bearded man in the sky, some fat babies with wings, playing harps and singing. But that's not a great definition. That's pretty abstract. So what we'll use here is an event attributed to some force beyond scientific understanding or the laws of nature. So beyond is the super part, and scientific understanding is the natural part. Okay? So let's agree upon this definition. For the sake of this video, um, the supernatural is anything beyond nature, beyond scientific understanding. Anything beyond scientific understanding. Because that is the definition. We just distilled out a purer form of that definition. But let's go a step further and say beyond current scientific understanding. Because throughout time and forever, science will continue to change. Okay? Um, things change. We're able to see new things with new devices. So let's draw out a diagram of our world. You have a sun, a man, and a tree. And we're going to use this to describe what the supernatural is here by drawing a few maps. So in this map, natural will be blue, and anything supernatural, or the super part, will be red. So originally, everything in the world was the supernatural. It was the super. It was the above. We didn't understand anything. We, when we first gained our sentience, we knew nothing. Everything was unexplainable. Okay. But as time went on and we developed, we were able to expand our knowledge and eventually make tools that allowed us to see things. So as we got further, we were able to scratch the surface. We saw the outer layers as being natural, and now there were still some inner things that we couldn't explain. So why does the sun combust? We know that it's a big bright ball, but why does it do that? And trees are alive. They're things. They follow the laws of nature. But what causes them to follow those laws of nature? Why does a tree fall? So if you notice, all of these blue things used to be red. So we're actually going to draw them as purple because that's the intersection or the crossover between the supernatural and the natural. Now, as time goes on, we slowly work our way towards the center. And the reason I use center is because the center is where things are hidden. We start on the outside, scratching the surface and going into the center of understanding and knowledge, not necessarily the physical center. Again, this is fairly abstract. But as we go, we start to make our way inward, but there's still some things we don't know. Even today, we don't know how a lot of things work, especially at the very inner level. And we're starting to understand more and more and more. But there's still lots of little dots of things that we can't explain. And someday we might be. But until then, those are the supernatural. Now the question is, will we ever be able to get to a point where nothing is the supernatural? Where we understand everything and everything is the natural world? Well, if our definition is everything beyond science, maybe. But we're still ignoring a lot of the super part of the supernatural.